All right, all right, all right. We're back, baby.
Hey guys,
Third segment today.
we haven't done a third segment in a while.
We haven't done that in a while, but we got the time today, so 19th of July. Did you check to see which episode this is? Is it in the 20s or is it approaching 30s maybe? I don't even know now.
We are on. Excuse me.
Episode?
We are approaching the 30s.
Episode what? 28?
28.
Wowzers.
Crazy.
That's
huh?
crazy, huh? Just two guys in a barn. Thank God it's not hot like it was last week.
It's been nice today.
It's so comfortable in here today. This is when I love the barn. I mean, there's certain days in the middle of February when we do an episode, we both can see our breath. And there's a day a couple weeks ago when we did it in tank tops where we were literally frying like an egg on a pan. We were like baking.
It was the worst.
It was bad. I had the exhaust fan on. Sometimes it's just because I insulated this like rather well. But I don't know why it doesn't work in the wintertime. It doesn't keep the heat. Imagine if I didn't insulate what I did. I think we wouldn't. You couldn't actually sit out here, even though we see each other's breath. It's crazy. Anyways, we're gonna do a fun little segment on foods, in particular, like foods that contain glyphosate, like foods that are dangerous, foods that contain glyphosate. Nick brought up a great topic to chit chat about.
It's very, very current.
Because it's very current, it's very hot. I'm in the health industry, I'm in vitamin sales, and what we're experiencing right now is a parasite cleanse boom. People are going to the stores looking for parasite cleansing in droves because it's becoming a bigger problem. Especially lately, over the last 2 weeks, there's been a notable parasitic organism that's found on lettuce. There's also been a bacteria explosion on leafy greens, but there's been a parasite that's causing that explosive diarrhea that you were talking about in reference to people at work, people at your church.
I haven't personally dealt with it, but it's
like explosive. Like you can't control. You have to.
Apparently, apparently.
It's nearly like you almost have an accident in your pants type of deal.
Yeah.
I mean, now my experience over the last month, it wasn't parasite related, but I did have a couple close calls. What I air quotes of close calls where I made it.
And
I didn't have
all right, let's move on from that.
I made it, but it was close. So, but we'll leave it at that. I haven't had an accident in a long time. It's been at least a couple months. All right, let's move on. Here's a fun fact. I just wanted to give you 7 foods. I know. How do you talk serious after that? This is just when you deal with me. You never know what you're going to get. Like Forrest Gump in a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. 7 foods that you should never eat. Here's a nice little instructional...
Is this in regards to the...
Not in regards to glyphosate,
just
but
in general.
Yeah, in general, these are 7 foods or substances you should stay at all cost away from. And I didn't know a few of them. I didn't know you got to stay the hell away from orange juice at all costs.
Orange juice?
99% of the orange juice on the market is pasteurized, meaning they basically cook the orange juice and they cook out all the enzymes, all the benefits, and they turn it into sugar water. It's bad, especially some brands. I won't say them out loud, Sunny Delight, but I mean, they're really, really bad. It's basically like drinking sugar water. It's going to do nothing but mess with your insulin levels, screw up your pancreas long term. It's not a good idea. So
I'm glad I don't drink orange juice.
Now, oranges are fantastic. If you're going to eat orange as a fruit, peel it and eat it, fantastic. Because all those enzymes, all of the vitamins that are located within, everybody knows about vitamin C, but vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, oranges are loaded with awesome vitamins. So you can eat an orange, but don't do the orange juice, especially those store-bought orange juices, unless you're gonna like fresh squeeze it over like one of those machines where you get like fresh orange juice and it's not been pasteurized. It's not been added. So
Would you
stay
tell
away.
people to not get like the orange smoothies that they get like Pulp, for example?
I mean, if they're just like blending up the actual orange in front of you, and they're not giving you a pasteurized orange juice, yeah, that's good for you. But I mean, when does that happen? They could, a lot of those smoothie places, they just use orange juice in a carton, which is not. It's not. I didn't realize how bad it was. I watched a 10-minute video. I'm never drinking orange juice unless I make it. Like I squeeze out orange juice and just add water to it. Like soy protein isolates, those are terrible for you, especially for dudes. Estrogen levels play havoc with your liver and your kidneys. High fructose corn syrup, that's an obvious one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a good thing to have.
Pretty much in like everything in the United States.
It's so bad. It's in everything.
And
so
we're the only country that allows it.
100%.
Everywhere
Look
else
at your
it's
label.
bad.
Look at your labels and try to like steer.
Hell,
clear
we'll
of
look
it.
here right now. My
I
American
guarantee-
Coca-Cola
Oh
can.
my
right
God,
here.
I guarantee.
Hopefully we
that
don't get
has
the
it.
episode taken down for that.
Nitrates. While he's looking at the cancer pop that he's taking.
Nitrates are bad for me. That's why I can't have hot dogs.
Horrific for everybody. Nitrates play havoc.
High fructose corn syrup.
Oh man, it's in a Coca-Cola. You got me one too, but I asked for it.
You asked for it.
I can't drink it now. No, I got to. It tastes so good. Nitrates are terrible, especially. Always look on your meats for nitrate free.
Nitrates, is that it
It's
here?
about 20% of the meats, but try to get nitrate free meat if you're gonna buy meat. Commercial milk. Commercial milk.
Commercial milk.
Has-
Forgive me.
You have to have like organic milk, and it's from like a certified organic farm where they don't do any like type of pasteurization to it, because there's a hormone that they create by trying to clean the milk or make commercial milk that's going to stay on the shelf longer. It's going to like be, it's a store-bought, like a lot of the stuff you see that's not right from a farm, like your local farms, like those have a shelf life. You got to get that to shelf quick. You got to sell it quick. These other commercial milks that you see, like, you know, that you put in your cereal, it's not good. They have a hormone. It's called SBST. It's really bad for you.
SBST?
Yeah, RBST. I'm sorry. RBST, yeah. Those aren't any good. TV dinners, that's an obvious one. They're loaded with sodium. They play havoc with your blood glucose levels because they each give you,
unfortunately, I eat quite a bit of those.
you get a meat that has loaded with nitrates, you get a starch, and you get like a dessert. Dude, those are so bad.
I
they're
don't do
hilarious.
That. I do like the. You know what I do is I eat like the Stouffer's spaghetti and meat sauce dinners.
Yeah, well, look on the back and just check out the sodium content. They're probably high, but you can't get like sodium reduced versions of those. But again, they have a shorter shelf life, so most of them are going to be loaded with too much salt. Salt's not a bad thing. You actually need salt.
But you don't
in your
want
diet.
too much.
You don't want too much of anything. It's all about moderation. So TV dinners are no good. And here's a big one that I wanted to talk about, and it's going to lead into the topic about glyphosate. Third world fruit. If you go to the grocery store, look at the stickers of the fruit and where they come
I
from.
Instacart, so this is probably very...
This is interesting for you because you're in grocery stores all the time.
Yes.
For shits and giggles, look at the fruits and pick up an apple, pick up like any type of mango. See where they're from. If it's Peru, Chile, Mexico, any of the third world countries. Do you know what happened? 1972. Here, I'll give you a little synopsis for all the listeners. This is hilarious. We outlawed DDT, right?
DDT?
DDT. It's
What?
like a chemical like that we were using, you know, to kill weeds, kill insects, you know. It was a wrestling move that Jake the Snake Roberts used, the DDT, because it would just wipe out everything, right? So the American government goes, oh, this turns out DDT's not good for you. Wait, this story gets better. It's just typical American government. We're so fraudulent and corrupt. It's so disgusting, right? So they
Only we
they,
can make American corruption humorous.
1972 they outlawed DDT, right? But they don't outlaw the production of it to sell to third world countries because DDT's a cheap and it's high profit margin. If we make it, meaning America, and we sell it to third world countries, what do you think the third world countries use as their weed killer, as their like crop manager?
DDT.
DDT.
And then they make the stuff and they ship it over to here.
Then they produce the fruit loaded with DDT and it comes back and we're eating it. Like, what is that? It's just ridiculous. I mean, it's crazy. DDT, so they outlawed DDT, and those are 7 foods to stay away from, especially take part of the fruit. Like, just notice where the fruit comes from. Like, that is one thing. If you get the fruit from the United States, you're not going to have DDT. You could have another chemical that I'm going to talk about in 2 seconds, but it's not going to be DDT. But just be aware that everybody's like, oh, we outlawed DDT. Nobody has DDT anymore. That was so harmful.
Yeah, it's a load of crap.
It's all over your fruit. Like, what are you talking about? Glyphosate. Everybody knows glyphosate's bad. Roundup. It's a weed killer.
We did an episode on that regarding RFK, didn't we?
Yes, we did, because RFK really disappointed me on that particular aspect. He was on the right track before the Trump administration of getting rid of glyphosate out of stuff. Now, all he did was outlaw, or they pretty much made it difficult for anybody to use glyphosate unless it's manufactured in the United States. Wait a minute. So I'm not getting poison glyphosate from China. I'm getting it from the U.S. Oh, that makes me feel so much better. What? What is going on? What is happening? But everybody, by this time period, meaning 2026, glyphosate is well known as being a carcinogen. It's terrible. What it does to your gut, it kills the good bacteria in your gut. So the bad bacteria proliferates and takes over your gut. That's why you're always sick. You got all these digestive issues, IBS, all sorts of gut problems. And a lot of this has to do with the chemicals in the food. All right? So there's another chemical that they came out with in light of the glyphosate getting bad publicity over the last 20 years. It's called paraquat. Paraquat, P-A-R-A-Q-U-A-T, paraquat, right? They came out with this, they started using it, and everybody was like, wait a minute. They started doing some testing, because everybody was labeling their stuff, hey, it's glyphosate free. We're using paraquat. And I'm like, is the paraquat? I would have, if I was on the board, I was like, has anybody tested it? Well, no, but it's not glyphosate. Okay, well, maybe we should test it first to see paraquat. Paraquat does this when it's inside the human body. I'll give you a brief biology of how it works. It creates what they call ROS. ROS is reactive oxygen species. What it does is it creates these bacterial modules that go into the mitochondria. If you look at a cell, the mitochondria is the exact middle. It's the powerhouse of the cell. It's how your human body is able to create energy. It's how it's able to operate. The mitochondria is so important. It's what they call the battery pack of every human cell. It's tiny. It's in the middle of every cell, right? What it does is these ROSs go in and blow holes like Swiss cheese into the mitochondria, so the mitochondria don't function. That's why everybody with gut issues, with problems in their digestion, what do they feel all the time? What's the consensus? Millions of people, they're tired all the time. It's because the mitochondria aren't functioning correctly. That's the science end of things. That's me being able to talk. Like I work for a vitamin company. I'm able to talk about stuff like that. Here's where the chemical paraquat, they find out it creates ROSs. It attaches to proteins called lectins that you find in leafy vegetables, beans. What's the third one? Oh, tomatoes are loaded with lectins, which aren't necessarily bad, but if you have, like you said earlier, if you have too much of anything, it's not good. So ROS is attached to lectins in the foods and in your nervous system. Now they're finding paraquat travels, the chemical goes right up to your brain and starts doing like it did in the gut, the ROS, blowing holes like Swiss cheese. That's why there's a direct correlation. They've done 3 different studies between Parkinson's and paraquat. So here's where I'm going with this, because I know people might be getting bored at this point, and they're like, my God, Fletch knows a lot about this. No, this is why I want to tell you guys. This is what's crazy. So they finally go, you know what? Paraquat's not a good chemical. We shouldn't use that anymore, and we shouldn't allow it in the U.S. So all of a sudden, and the EPA, anybody that's in an international organization monitoring chemicals and what we spray on our foods, what's in our environment, anybody that makes a couple $100,000 a year, $500,000, even if you made $20 a day, this is a softball. Like, there's another chemical that came out, and it's called, wait for it, drum roll, please, ladies and gentlemen. It's called diquat. Oh, that sounds good. We can just use diquat. Wait
that sounds worse. Diquat?
Did anybody see that the last 4 letters of both chemicals are the same? It's because they're the same thing. They just renamed it. It's like a cousin of Satan. It's still satanic. It's really bad. They changed a really, really minute part of the chemical, and it's like, hey, this chemical's okay. It does the same thing as paraquat. Diquat is just as harmful. And
that sounds even worse, because die like food dye, and then die like death. Like, it just sounds worse.
And diquat is, all of a sudden, it's banned in all countries except one. Which country is okay with diquat because it's not paraquat?
America.
Oh, that's right, the United States. What has happened over the last 5 years in terms of post-COVID, which could have something to do with the vaccines, that we'll save that for a different episode, because all those mRNA vaccines, they played havoc with your digestion and your microbiome of your gut. The chemicals, we're the only country on planet Earth that allows diquat. So you have, all over the last 5 years, you have an explosion of digestive issues. Where do you think that comes from? Could it be maybe that the chemicals in our foods that they're spraying on our fields are not good? They use diquat now. They came out and they said, well, we're not spraying diquat for foods. We're only using it as a desiccant spray. So when you have a field of wheat and the wheat is alive, the plant is alive still, you want the plant to die so you can harvest it. You got to dry the wheat. So they're like, well, we're just using diquat to spray all the grains so it expedites the drying process so we can harvest and we can make more food. You're spraying with a chemical that's carcinogenic. It's terrible. I don't care how much it expedites your harvest process. It's not good for you. It's so bad all the way around. So when I was reading this, I literally became enraged, and I turned into Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber.
No.
I was like, they're using paraquat, now they're using diquat. Our pets have a So it's ridiculous, though. All kidding aside,
quite frankly, we got no food, we got no
booze, we got no jobs. No, I'm just like, I'm so tired.
That's actually the state of the country.
Does
we got no food, no jobs.
Anybody tell the truth anymore? Is everybody a liar? I've run into.
Clearly not, and people are okay with it. I mean, it's just
I'm just so tired of the BS. I'm fully convinced of 2 things. I'm moving to another country when I get older. I just haven't decided when. I might be Tom Hanks in Castaway. I just might pick an island and go by it and just live with a coconut named Wilson. I don't know, or a volleyball named Wilson. I don't know. I can't, and I'm fully convinced I'm not going to get married. I don't know what to say about the state of dating, which will lead us into, we're going to do an episode on dating as of recently in America. It's gotten so bad. It's gotten so bad. I don't even know. We can't go into it because then I'll be here for another hour. It's just so bad. I mean, singles event, it just ruined me for a week. I don't know what to even say anymore. I don't know what women are looking for. I don't know what is happening with dudes. I went to a single event yesterday on Saturday, and there were at least 3. I went with my friend, and I go, am I seeing this incorrectly? Because I know at least those 3 guys are either a serial killer or they have killed somebody in the past. And it's like, I get it that the females are upset. The options are not good. But at the same time, the women are not bringing anything to the table.
Well, the problem...
The one girl, I asked her, I didn't go into the event. I sat outside for a half an hour, and there was such a big line. My friend fell off the bar stool because of my commentary for the half an hour of watching the people go by. Like, literally, he wiped out on the bar. He was laughing so hard. And I go, and I asked the one girl, and she's like, yeah, there's just not a lot out there. And I go, and I had to say it. And I go, well, what are you looking? This woman was 300 pounds. And I go, well, what exactly are you looking for? And she's like, oh, I need 6 foot, 6-figure salary, and a big. And I was like, I literally turned to the I turned to the bartender. That's when my dude dropped to the floor, and I go, and you weren't there. I wish you would have been. I go, that's it, and that's why we left. I go, I'm out. If that is asking for that, I have no shot at finding a normal relationship.
They've done, and we can end it on this, and we could do an entire segment just on this whole thing. They've done. I've seen this on the Fresh and Fit podcast. I've seen on a plethora of things. They will ask these women, so what do you look for in a man? And some will be like, okay. Like, oh, I want to be taller. Okay, what's your height? 5'8", and they'll say 5'10", or how much do you got? 6 figures. Okay, so like 100, 200, and some will say 100,000, and they'll say all these things. And every single one of these women look for is like 1.3% of the population.
Literally, it's less. Yeah, but you're right.
Well, let's
just say
obviously
1.
the higher number.
Let's just
like,
say
if
1%.
you want like 600K a year or something, yeah, that's like
if you want a
3,
tall,
4 or something.
handsome, wealthy, just everything is like, I guess on the surface, perfect guy. That's less than 1%.
That's like 0.4%.
Yeah, you're like not even the 6 foot. That's literally out of the male population. You're literally dealing with 9%.
I almost said 10%. I was gonna say, isn't it like 10%?
You could just say 10. It'll just be, that's a good round off. So you're dealing with 1 out of 10 right off the rip. That's just 6-footers. 2 of those 3
so just 6 foot
serial killers that I saw yesterday, they were 6 foot or above. The one guy, there was no doubt. He had one eye going this way, one eye going that way. And into a dating event, wouldn't you put the hunting knife to the side? That's where my buddy, he just went off the stool. I go, dude, and I said it loud enough where I didn't care at that point. I was like, hey, Rambo, that might be a bad look to go into a speed dating event with a 6-inch Bowie knife. Hey, Crocodile Dundee, calm down. Like, take the knife. He had the knife in the cowboy. I was like, oh, there's no doubt. He's got chameleon, or what do they call those? The lizard eyes, where the one's going this way, the one's going that.
I think those are they're chameleons.
Yeah. Aren't they chameleons that have the eyes that can do different things?
Oh, I think they're different. They're the ones where they can like roll up in a ball or something.
Yeah,
like that.
I
forget what they're called, but I know what you're talking about.
I'm so done. I'm so done. We're gonna do an episode about that because I'm gonna dig into some numbers.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
A couple weeks ago, we had a really cool, and the people liked it, where I dug into the older guy, younger woman, and the dynamic of that, and why it's so successful nowadays. Back in the 40s, 50s, and up into the 60s, it was traditional where you probably married somebody within 1, 2, 3, 4 years of your age. Now, as we've gotten into 2020s, it really works, and this is great for me. It really works if you're 14 years older than the chick. And the girls that I'm talking to, that the ones that I actually like and I can have a conversation with, they're not my age. They're younger than me. So, but anyways,
what it is.
It's neither here nor there. It's fun stuff, to talk about, but I just wanted to give you some details on the foods. Stay away from those foods that I mentioned.
Yep.
And always look, here's what I'll leave it on. Look at the labels and see if it's got glyphosate. See if you see a chemical that's called paraquat or diquat, literally drop it wherever you have it and just run in the opposite direction. Terrible chemicals. So, yeah, that's what I have for you.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning into this segment, and we will see you on the next one.
We'll see you next week. Have a good week.